When we head through the fog gate, we find all that is left of Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder. This is not the same great god that threw bolts of lightning from the opening cinematic, but a shriveled husk that far more closely resembles a hollow. Gwyn is not what we would expect from all of the opponents we have faced thus far, but it feels like a fitting boss to end the story of Dark Souls. Rather than an epic fight with a god set to a bombastic soundtrack that makes you feel like you are slaying a true titan, Gwyn's music is a soft melody played on a piano, feeling much more somber. Gwyn feels much closer to the bosses of the DLC in terms of his pacing, as his attacks will come swiftly one after another, making healing a calculated risk, but his difficulty is significantly brought down by the fact that Gwyn is the only boss across the entire game that can be parried. If one learns the timings of his swings, his fight can become a bit of a joke, and that speaks to just how far Gwyn has fallen. A common motif across all of FromSoft's games is the concept of fallen grace, which is perfectly felt through the Lord of Cinder. Armed with only his crown, his sword, and his robes when he left Anor Londo, nothing remains of Gwyn but an ashen hollow. As well, a theme that permeates across the entire Dark Souls series is inevitability, and learning to accept that nothing will last forever. Gwyn, as this game's antagonist, represents someone who could not do that. He could not let go of the Age of Fire, and by disturbing the natural order of the world he has forever scarred it, and begun a corrupted cycle of death and rebirth. When we finally defeat him, laying the rest of his seared soul to rest, Solaire will return to his own world, where he will relink the fire and continue the Age of Fire. For us, we now have a choice to make.